Whispers moved like fire through the village. Oba? No, that cannot be. Look again, his name is right there, on the papers, on the records, the things he hid from us all. The air tightened with fear and confusion. People gathered in small circles, heads shaking, voices low. He taught us how to farm better. He helped build the school. How could he be the one stealing from us? The truth hit hard. The elder they all respected, the one who gave advice, blessed newborns, and calmed disputes, had been taking what was never his, quietly, for years. When we gave, he took. When we trusted, he lied. Anger mixed with fear. Some wanted to shout. Others stayed silent, afraid to speak against the man who once stood at every village feast, raising his voice in prayer. What if he punishes us for asking questions? He knows things, powerful things. He has friends. You think he won't strike back? But the truth could not be hidden anymore. The chief stepped forward, face strong, voice steady. Your secrets have come to light, Oba. Now we must face what you've done. The elder did not shake. He smiled. You have no idea what you're accusing me of. I have protected this village for years. Gasps, murmurs, he's twisting the truth again. We trusted him. We followed him. The villagers looked at each other, unsure. Some eyes still full of hope, others full of pain. What do we do now? Can we ever trust anyone again? The chief did not back down. This is not just about you, Oba. It's about the future of this village. Lines were being drawn. Voices began to rise. The time for silence is over. We must decide what kind of village we want to be. And so the story began. A battle not just of power, but of truth, fear, and courage. The people stood still, but their hearts raced. Something deep had been broken, and the choice before them would change everything. He had always looked up to the elder, the man who spoke with power, who calmed storms with words, who stood beside the chief during hard times. But now whispers moved through the village like ants over fallen yam. Did you hear? He's been hiding things, taking what isn't his. No, not Oba, not the man who taught us to lead. A young man listened closely, heart heavy with doubt. How could the elder, the one who taught us all, be a thief? I won't believe it until I see it with my own eyes. Beside him, a sister watched the ground. I've always felt something was wrong, but we are nobody. Oba has the power to destroy us. She had stayed silent, biting her words, holding her fears. The elder's smile had never reached his eyes. The days passed, and the shadows deepened. Crops were missing. Land once shared was claimed. Questions brought silence. The elder's reach stretched wide. This land should belong to those who are wise enough to take it. Why share with the poor when I can take it all for myself? And so the truth peeked through cracks, small at first, then widening. In the chief's heart, war began. He sat alone many nights, hands clenched. If I stand against Oba, the village may fall apart, but if I do nothing, we lose our souls. The young man no longer slept well. He searched, he asked, he listened to those who dared whisper, and what he found chilled him. Oba lied to us all. The time for silence is over. We need answers. His sister begged him to stop. Kwame, please, don't dig too deep. We have nothing if we lose our place here. Think of our family. But he pressed on. One morning, his eyes caught movement near the council hut. Voices rose like thunder. You are too weak, Chief. You will ruin everything if you let these lies take root. I will not let your deceit destroy what we have built. The truth must come out, no matter the cost. The young man crouched behind the wall. His heart pounded, but his mind was sharp. The chief has lost his strength, but I won't. I'll bring the truth to light, even if it costs me everything. Behind closed doors, Oba spun words like silk. Those who follow me will prosper. Those who oppose me will be forgotten. Some believed him, some feared him, some looked the other way. The village became split like wood struck by lightning. I heard he gave Kofi land, just for speaking well of him. And I heard he threatened Auntie Juma when she asked questions. The young man felt the weight grow heavy. The elder twisted hearts with ease. The chief's voice grew quieter each day. Still, he stood. Not as a leader now, but as a man trying to hold the village together. The sister stood beside her brother, unsure. I can't stay silent anymore, Amma. The truth will come out. We cannot let Oba destroy this village. And if it destroys us first? They stared at each other, one afraid of the cost, the other willing to pay it. And the village waited, caught between fear and fire, silence and truth. The wind carried the weight of decisions yet to be made. The stage was set, lines drawn, and the first steps toward the storm had begun. Kwame digs deeper into Oba's secrets. Every morning, Kwame left before the sun rose, talking to elders, checking the land records, even peeking into places he once dared not go. "I need to know more," he muttered. "If Oba is truly betraying us, the village has to know." He started piecing stories together. Disappearing goats, land boundaries quietly moved, secret meetings with traders from far towns. 2. Oba's hidden ledger, the key to the truth. Deep in the storeroom behind the council hut, Kwame found it. An old box, dusty, hidden under bags of dried cassava. He opened it, and there it was, a thick book, a ledger, names, numbers, transactions, bribes. This is it, the proof we need. Oba's been stealing from us all along. 3. A mysterious figure seeks to stop Kwame. That night, a shadow moved outside their hut. A knock, gentle, then gone. Kwame stepped out, heart racing. No one, but a voice came from behind the tree. "You should be careful, Kwame. Some things are better left uncovered." He froze, watched, nothing but darkness. 4. Kwame faces resistance from villagers. He approached Uncle Bako. "You worked with Oba. Look at this." Uncle Bako looked, then quickly closed the ledger. "Burn it. Forget it. You've seen what he's done. Why won't you speak out? We need to expose him." "I have a family," Bako whispered, "and I want to keep them." Off, Ama's concern grows. Ama pulled Kwame aside, her eyes full of fear. "You don't know what you're dealing with, Kwame. Oba has the power to destroy us. Think about our family." He held the ledger close to his chest. "I am thinking about our family, and everyone else's too." 6. The first threat, a warning from Oba's supporters. Kwame returned home to find their yam stack destroyed, a spear stuck in the wall. A group of young men passed by, one of them smirked. "You don't want to make an enemy of Oba. Leave this alone, or it won't end well for you." 7. A moment of truth. Kwame confronts Ama. That night, by the fire, silence stretched between the siblings. Kwame broke it. "We cannot let Oba win, Ama. He's been stealing from us for too long. What will we have left if we expose him?" she said. "No one will be safe." "But maybe," he said softly, "if we stay quiet, we're already not safe." 8. Kwame takes bold action. He confronts Oba. Market day, everyone gathered. Drums, laughter, and then silence. Kwame stepped forward. "Oba, we can no longer hide behind your lies. The people need to know the truth." Gasps, murmurs. Oba stared, then smiled. 9. Oba strikes back, discrediting Kwame. Oba raised his hand. "Kwame is nothing but a boy, trying to tear apart everything we've built. Don't listen to him." "Ask yourselves," he said, turning to the crowd. "Why would a boy want to burn down his own village? Power. That's why he wants my seat." 10. Kwame faces a village divided. Some villagers lowered their heads, others whispered. Kwame held the ledger high. "This is proof. He has stolen from all of us." But others shouted, "Lies. Oba fed us when we were starving." And still others said nothing. Watching, waiting. Ama's worries reach a breaking point. Ama stood by the edge of the crowd, tears in her eyes. "Kwame, stop. This isn't worth it. We're risking everything, our family, our home, everything." He turned to her. "If I walk away now, what do we have left?" 12. Kwame's resolve hardens. Kwame stepped closer to the chief's platform. "If we stay quiet, Oba wins. We must stand up and fight for our people." He placed the ledger at Chief Nia's feet. "Look for yourself. The truth is right there." 13. The village gathers. Tensions reach a boiling point. The drummers stopped. The market fell silent. Chief Nia stood. His voice carried. "We cannot let this village tear itself apart. We need to face the truth, no matter the cost." He opened the ledger, page after page. His hands trembled. "The truth is the only thing that will save us now," said Kwame. The showdown, Oba faces his accuser. Oba stepped forward, eyes cold. "You think you can bring me down?" "You are nothing, Kwame. The village belongs to me." Kwame faced him. "Not anymore. It's time for the truth to come out." The villagers waited, some angry, some afraid, but all listening. And in that stillness, as two men stood face to face, the village prepared for change, no matter which way it would go. The village gathers for the final confrontation. The sun hung low as the village gathered beneath the sacred tree. Children clung to their mothers, elders leaned on sticks. In the center stood Kwame, with Ama beside him. "The time for silence is over," Kwame said. "The truth must be heard today, no matter the cost." 2. Kwame unveils the stolen resources. He opened a cloth bundle and placed its contents on the ground. Coins, forged papers, and the ledger. Look at this. All these years, Oba has been stealing from us. He's used our trust to line his own pockets. Gasps echoed. People stepped closer, eyes wide. Dot 3. Oba attempts to discredit Kwame. Oba stepped forward slowly, arms wide, voice strong. You have no idea what you're doing. You'll destroy this village if you go through with this. He looked around. Do not let this child poison your minds. I built this village, protected it. 4. Amma's shocking revelation. Amma raised her voice, shaking but clear. I knew the truth, but I kept quiet. All eyes turned to her. Oba promised to protect our family's land if we stayed silent. I was the one who found the ledger first. I was afraid, but not anymore. A deep hush fell. Even Oba froze. 5. The village begins to turn against Oba. One elder shook her head. You used fear to silence her? If he can do this to his own people, another said, what else has he been hiding from us? Murmurs grew louder, anger, betrayal, disbelief. 6. Oba tries to regain control. Oba's voice grew desperate. You're all fools if you think this village can survive without me. I am the one who keeps it together. Without me, there will be nothing. But the fear in his voice betrayed him. He was losing grip. 7. Chief Nia's moment of truth. Chief Nia finally rose from his seat. His staff shook in his hand. I knew, Kwame. I knew the truth, but I didn't have the courage to face it. He looked around the village. I feared the truth would break us, but hiding it has done worse. Heads turned, whispers stilled. 8. The village reacts to Chief Nia's confession. A young mother stepped forward. If the chief could not stand up to him, how could we? But today, a farmer added, we have a chance to make things right. The villagers began nodding, shoulders straightened, faces hardened with resolve. Kwame confronts Oba in a final showdown. Kwame stepped closer to Oba, face firm. Oba spat. You think you've won, boy? You've only brought destruction upon us all. Kwame replied, you destroyed this village with your lies. Now we'll rebuild it, starting with the truth. 10. Oba's desperation. He attempts one last manipulation. Oba fell to his knees, throwing his hands to the sky. You can't let him tear this village apart. You'll regret this, all of you. He looked around wildly, but eyes that once feared him now stared back, cold and steady. 11. The village declares their support for Kwame. One voice shouted, we won't be ruled by lies any longer. Then another, Kwame, speaks the truth, and we stand with him. Voices rose, louder, stronger, uniting behind the young man who dared speak up. 12. Oba's downfall. He is stripped of his power. Chief Nia raised his staff. Oba, your time is over. The people no longer fear you. Justice will be done. 2 guards stepped forward. Oba did not resist. His eyes dropped, and just like that, his power crumbled. Kwame and Amma share a quiet moment of victory. The crowd slowly dispersed, returning to their homes with heavy hearts but hopeful spirits. Kwame sat beside Amma under the tree. We did it, Amma. The village is free now. She smiled faintly. Free, but not finished. We have work to do. The village begins to rebuild. The next morning, villagers gathered with tools, seeds, and smiles. The air felt lighter. It's not over yet, Chief Nia said. But today, we take the first step toward a better future. Children laughed again, elders sang softly, and in that small village where truth finally broke through the fear, a new story began. Let me know when you're ready for Part 5, Resolution, approximately 500-800 words, and we'll wrap up this powerful tale. The village gathers to discuss Oba's fate. Beneath the great baobab tree, the villagers gathered once more. Tension lingered like smoke in the air. He betrayed all of us, a woman cried. He doesn't deserve to stay here. Exile him, but let us not forget the damage he has done, murmured an elder. Voices clashed. Some wanted justice, others demanded revenge. The formation of a council. Chief Nia raised his staff for silence. We cannot let one man's actions tear us apart, he said slowly. Let the council decide what is best for the village. The crowd quieted, heads nodded. For the first time in years, leadership was being shared, not seized. 3. Oba's exile. The council spoke. The decision was final. Oba stood with nothing, his robes gone, his name disgraced. You no longer have a place here, Oba, said a villager. Your lies have cost you everything. Oba looked at the village he once ruled. No one bowed. No one flinched. He turned and walked away, the sound of his own footsteps haunting his exit. Kwame and Ama's heroic recognition. The villagers gathered around Kwame and Ama, lifting them high on their shoulders. "You've shown us what courage looks like," someone shouted. "Thank you, Kwame. Thank you, Ama." The people sang, children danced, the ones who once whispered now shouted with pride. 5. Chief Nia's moment of reflection. Alone beneath the stars, Chief Nia stared into the fire. "I failed them," he whispered. "I let fear guide me." Then he turned to Kwame. "You have shown me what true leadership is, Kwame. The future of this village is in your hands. I will not stand in your way again." Kwame nodded, humbled. The torch had passed. 6. Kwame's commitment to the village's future. Standing before the people, Kwame spoke with clarity and strength. "This is not just about Oba, it's about our future," he said. "We must never let fear silence us again. Together, we will rebuild stronger than before." The crowd stood taller. The shame that once bowed their backs was gone. 7. The village begins to heal. The next day, tools clanked, mud bricks stacked, seeds were sown. The people worked side by side, no one above, no one below. "It won't be easy," said a farmer, wiping sweat from his brow, "but we'll rebuild together. We've been through the hardest part." Laughter returned. Trust was slow, but it had a heartbeat. 8. A new era of leadership. Chief Nia called the village together again. "We've learned the cost of silence. We must never return to those days." Kwame stepped forward, now chosen to guide the village's future. "This is our chance to create a new future," he said. "We are stronger together." Ama stood beside him, no longer in the shadows, but at the center. 9. The restoration of peace and trust. Weeks passed, then months. The village didn't forget, but it forgave. Oba was a ghost now, gone but a lesson never lost. Kwame, Ama, and Chief Nia worked side by side, building systems of fairness, respect, and accountability. "The truth has set us free," Chief Nia said. "Now we must honor it by building a better tomorrow." And from the ashes of betrayal, a stronger village rose, bound not by fear, but by truth, unity, and hope. Moments after the storm, Kwame and Ama sat beneath the old baobab tree. The sun dipped low, casting golden light across the village rooftops. Children's laughter floated in the air, hammers tapped in the distance, but their hearts were still heavy. 2. Scars that cannot be erased. Ama looked out quietly. "Even now," she said, "I still see people look over their shoulders afraid." Kwame nodded. "Betrayal leaves scars, but scars remind us we survived." Kwame picked up a small stone and tossed it. "I used to think respect silence," he said, "but silence almost destroyed us." He glanced at Ama. It was truth that saved us. Truth and the courage to speak it. 4. The true meaning of leadership. Ama leaned back against the tree. "Power without truth is dangerous," she said, "but truth with courage, that's real power." They both sat in silence, letting the lesson settle deep. Looking toward a better tomorrow. The village wasn't perfect. Not yet, but something had changed. People looked one another in the eye again. They stood taller, spoke louder, trusted more. Ama broke the silence. "Do you think the village will ever be the same again?" Kwame smiled gently. "It will be better," he said. "We have to make sure it's better." Moral of the story. Unchecked power destroys, fear silences, but one voice, rooted in truth, can shake even the strongest walls. Kwame taught us that change begins with courage, and that when people unite, even the darkest lies cannot stand against the light.